Hi, I'm Steve Schaub, and welcome back. This is Icosa Media's support of Colorado Gives Day. We're interviewing nonprofits all day in support of the day. And right now we've got Kobe Gould and Adam Brock from the Haus. Welcome, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
So I'm an enthusiast for what you're doing. I have a big 2,000 square foot garden at an apartment building I own just down the street from you guys, actually.
Nice.
And so when I heard about you, I was really impressed. But what is it that you guys do exactly over there?
Well, we're a nonprofit indoor farm and kind of food hub right on 47th and York near I-70. And we grow food, we teach about food, and we distribute healthy food for residents of our neighborhood.
And so I was reading about this. You guys have some really interesting, cool things going on, one of which is aquaponics. And that is where you use fish to fertilize the plants. Could you explain more about how that system works?
Yeah, it's this very neat, pretty new system that really mimics what happens in nature. So you've got fish and plants growing together, where the fish waste and the fish waste water is what then is pumped and fertilizes the plants. And then the plants act as a natural filter for the water, so it comes back clean to the fish. And this way you have this symbiotic relationship in your growing system, and you also just use the organic nutrients of the fish waste to fertilize the plants. So it's a very cool, innovative way of growing, developed in Australia, I believe, and is migrating quickly across the world. So.
Yeah, it's very cool stuff that you guys are doing. So one of your principles is that you want to have the most produce from the most minimum amount of effort, correct?
Yep.
And as part of that, you guys are you're teaching the community some of the principles of things that you do, and then eventually they'll be helping to grow product that you'll sell through your farmers market.
Exactly. Yeah, we're working on a number of cool projects with the community to bring them in, doing kind of micro farm education and training, so that folks can come in and have small scale farms. It's anything where you grow over $1,000 worth of product, that's considered a farm. So the goal is to have people be able to learn and get certified to do this and do it in their backyard. And then we do education classes around food and urban agriculture and growing in your backyard, kind of across the board for all ages. And one of the cool things that we do is permaculture. We teach about this design and growing philosophy called permaculture, and Adam's actually leading a course right now. Maybe you can talk a bit about that.
Yeah, so permaculture, it's basically a sustainable design science that looks at how ecosystems work and then applies that towards building human systems like gardens, but also like businesses. And so we have a 40-person design course going right now with adults of all different backgrounds and interests learning how to basically design like nature. And so that's kind of a philosophy that underpins a lot of what we do at the Grow House. And so we love teaching that and sharing that with the general public.
And so how do you guys fund these efforts? Obviously you've got a lot going on, and it's not cheap to build these greenhouses that you're building.
Yeah, renovations are really expensive. We basically had to strip our building down to the core and rebuild it with energy efficient new technologies and things like that. And so those are mostly complete, but we certainly still have a long ways to go before we're kind of physically in the space where we feel like we can deliver on our vision 100%. So we've gotten some great grants, places like the Colorado Health Foundation, Denver's Office of Economic Development, but we're certainly still looking for more support from folks all across Denver.
Yeah.
All right, and you're part of Giving First.
Exactly.
And so what's your website then for people if they want to donate to your organization?
It's, well, you can go right to thegrowhouse.com, and that's spelled H-A-U-S, .com, and then the Giving First site, I think if you just look up Grow House, will pop up. I don't know the URL there.
Yeah, so yeah, that's just awesome. I mean, I really am impressed with what you guys are doing, and it seems like it's kind of a lofty goal, but in a way, it seems like it's really where our community should be going.
Yeah.
You had mentioned on your website that where you're located is called a food desert.
Exactly. Yeah, it's this neighborhood. Actually, it's just a few blocks from here, which is great where we are right now. In the more industrial part of North Denver, just north of I-70, we've got a train track going right across the front of the building. It blows its horn. We call it our moment of Zen, because it takes that inner peace to hold it together. But it's that kind of neighborhood. There's not many sidewalks, and there's no grocery store. as well for about 2 miles from the site.
But there's still a lot of people that live
But
there.
there are, yeah, it's a population of about 10,000 between the three main neighborhoods that we serve, Elyria, Swansea, and Globeville. And so there's really this lack of access, especially you can't walk, you can't, you know, it's not friendly for that. So we want to bring that right to the core where it is, and not just a supermarket, but the whole food kind of hub, the production and distribution and education about why eating healthy is important. So.
And so with those communities that you're in, how are you distributing your produce right now?
Well, we actually just got a grant from the USDA to launch a food box program. So what we're going to be doing starting in a couple months is sourcing local food from all across the state and aggregating it into these boxes that are a week's worth of food. And we're getting some really great deals from these distributors who understand our mission and are really into what we're doing, so that we can sell that food to residents in our neighborhood at a really affordable price. So it's this high quality, organic, local food that we're selling boxes of every week. And then we're also going to sell some of those exact same boxes to people outside of town, or outside of our neighborhood in town, at a slightly higher rate, still less than what you would get at a grocery store. And that's going to help subsidize the cost of what we're distributing to folks in the neighborhood.
Oh, and so you brought in some stuff from your farm there, it looks like, and this is really cool. It's even got the Haus label on it.
Yeah.
So this is kind of similar to what you would find at like a Whole Foods or something.
It
so in
exists.
regards to price, how much would this be at Whole Foods, and how much are you guys able to sell it for to the neighborhood?
So this is our clamshell that we sell at Whole Foods for $4, and this is what we call living lettuce. You can see the roots are still on there. So we take this right out of our hydroponic system, and it stays fresh for you know, at least a week or two in the fridge because of those roots. And then in our food box program, we can now sell it for 50 cents or $1 to residents in our neighborhood.
Wow, that's incredible. So
Right.
you're allowing these people that could never shop at Whole Foods to have the same quality food.
Exactly, and not just, you know, when you're talking about a place like Whole Foods too, it's a great place where the majority of us shop, but it's not where everybody shops. So being able to open that even culturally up to everybody that be able to afford and get the same quality product. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming in today, guys. We really love the work that you're doing out there, and it's a super innovative idea. So thank you from the community of Denver, and certainly all of us here at ICOSA are really excited about what you're doing.
Well, thank you, ICOSA and Colorado Gives Day and Denver in general for supporting us. And we got to get you on a tour every Friday at 10. We do tours of the facility. So
all right, we'll have to stop in.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to keep moving on. We've got the next organization coming in here, and I believe that they have something to do with energy, but I will let Sandy take care of telling you more about that. Don't forget about our celebration this evening. It starts at 5 p.m. We've got Barefoot Wine, Footers Catering, and the Colorado Licensed Beverage Association providing food, wine, and beer. And we're going to have all kinds of great entertainment and fun, so it's a wonderful way to end the great day of giving, and it's open to the public, so please invite your friends. Thanks.